Welcome back to Smart Stock Trading with a new episode on weekly gold and silver mining updates. We have seen this week has been really great for silver and silver mining companies. Silver made its new all-time high, and it has been doing this for a long time. As far as I think, there have been correction, but yeah, we were just waiting for this resistance of long-term resistance of $50 to be broken, and finally it did it on this, I think, last week. Yeah, so this was the resistance here around 49 and like around $50 range. So it broke its resistance, which is very significant. It's not just technically but psychologically, and we were just watching that what it is going to do after this hitting this $50 point. And it's good that it is still maintaining this upward momentum, and it didn't crash right after that. Okay, it's like this, it did twice before, so this time it just has broken this level and is trading like crazily during this whole week. So if you see just let's say year to date chart. Okay, so this was the thing this week. Starting from Monday, this it made this October, the highest point was this $50. It crossed this $50, tested this $50 resistance on Thursday, October 9th. And then you see it was just like a pullback on the same day, and then it has been like really volatile. Okay, so that happened, but then it retained its gain and then bounced back up from there. Then we saw another day of another day of huge swing. So it hit this $53 on Monday, which was the Thanksgiving Day in Canada, and the markets were closed, but US markets were open. So that day the silver made this newest high of $53.57 that day, and then it just went down again. It closed at it is closed at like 51.42, $51.42, and that was a day, but then the next day it bounced back bounced back again. It was not the Thanksgiving Day, it was the next day when so it hit this $52.41, on Monday. Okay, and then Tuesday, this was the highest it reached was $53.57. And then this was like a candle that was formed that day, and which is showing that market is a bit confused here on that day, but then next day it bounced back again. Okay, and then today has been trading quite, it has just it's like, it looks like it's trying to surpass that highest point it reached on yesterday. Okay, so that's what silver is doing, and silver is quite strong. Everybody, just people are turning more and more bullish on silver. Okay, and then it's like it's grabbing a lot of attention. And the same thing is happening with silver mining companies. Okay, so yeah, and then the latest news last week, which made this all these big swings. Always anyway, when you see the technical pattern, we know there is technical pattern, and we were expecting it to happen, but there is always a news just to validate, some to validate this technical patterns. So the latest news was was last week. This week was that President Donald Trump raised tariffs on China. I think it was 100% raise, and that caused a lot of market volatility that day. Okay, so yeah, Bitcoin also surge. Yeah, Bitcoin. Well, I'll just close this one. So Bitcoin was also, that from that, this day, Friday, October 10th, it was such a big drop in Bitcoin's price that day, and then I don't know. See, stock market. See, S&P 500, that also dropped a lot on Friday. October 20 October on October 10, and all the indices, this Dow Jones Industrial Dow Jones Index, that also fell. So all the stock market was like down, but only silver was up, and then gold was also up on that. Gold didn't drop, silver didn't drop. Okay, only gold and silver stayed strong, and then have been staying stronger and getting, it looks like this is a real bull run, but we can also consider it like, as some people are expecting that it to be this rally in the stock market, and which will affect gold and silver also. This parabolic melt up rally to sometime just start going through some corrections, but then also we exactly, nobody knows when is rally is going to end. Okay, but yeah, so according to technical patterns, technical analysis, and pattern, it looks like it's going to be going higher, and let's say gold might go to near 5,000, in that $5,000 range, and silver could hit like 75 or even $100 in the near term. Near term means like for example, like in the next few months. So that's very likely to happen. Okay, so but still we need to be we need to keep watching. We need to watch the movements in the market, but anyway, it looks like gold and silver are really going to looks like have all outperformed every other asset so lately. Okay, and same with gold and silver mining sector. Okay, so I'll just show you this thing. The GDX is Van Eck Gold Miners ETF. I'm seeing this one day daily chart. Okay, so daily chart, and it also reached all time. It has been making higher and higher highs. So you'll see, for example, from the year beginning of this year, let's say year to date. So it was $33 60 cents. Yeah, that is GDX, this gold miner ETF, and then it is like up more than doubled. Okay, so it's like 150%, I think, gain from that year to date gain. Okay, and then GDX. Yeah, we can see here. So yeah, it's like year to date profit here is 131, and then 1 year is like 97.63%. Okay, and then yeah, and then we have this. I need to switch to this standard view because I cannot switch to, in the custom view I can't switch to switch the chart. Okay, so anyway, and then see, GDXJ was at the beginning of the year was $42, and now it's 110 109, so it also has like more than doubled. Okay, so and so I was just going to just quick overview all the stocks that I have been mentioning in my like small cap silver stock that I have mentioned in my like videos for like a long time. So yeah, just wanted to do this just weekly update, as I'm trying to do these podcasts regularly on weekly basis, but may not do every week the same overview of all these stocks. I will bring up more topics to discuss, but yeah, for this week I just going to do this quick overview of the things that yeah, I have discussed earlier, the 10 basically the 10-11 like mining stock that I discussed in my previous video, but yeah, I will if time allows me, I'll just do a little bit talk about some other stocks that I have discussed previously. But yeah, let's start with this quick overview. And yeah, by the way, if you want to see the details about these companies, there is another video which you can which I will link in the video in the description. So if you want to view the details about this, like fundamentals of these companies, then you can watch that video. So but here I'm just checking the points, price movements in on these stocks. So the first one here is Orex Mineral. The symbol is REX, and we see the chart here. I'm still seeing the year to date chart. Okay, so Orex Mineral made this all-time its recent high around 28.5 cents, and it has consolidated a bit from that point, and now currently trading at 21 cents. And let's see the news. What news does it have? Okay, so that's not the Orex Minerals new. Okay, I'll close this one. So which one is that? Not any recent news about this one. Okay, okay, yeah, but yeah. So what is the five-year high was in 2020 was $2.30 when in this 2020 like 2020 and 2021 bull run, and this one is a post consolidation, so of course it was because 10-1, I think it was 10-1, so it was like, yeah, but it's in terms of the current prices, it is like around $2 range. So yeah, I mean currently, as we saw there, GDX and all these miners in major large cap senior mining stocks or large cap mining companies, gold and silver, have made decent like significant gain over the last like last year or so, but we still can, because silver is making newer and newer highs, and like consensus is about on getting on silver prices to to reach $100. Is that's what it is not surprising. It shouldn't be, it should be a very reachable target within maybe a few months, the way it's moving, because now it's like really in parabolic mode, the rally. So we can expect and then see if it's moved like now. It is today's $53, so etc. If it doubles from that price, so we can expect all these things to be gaining much, higher. The price could go much higher from these values. And these, of course, with junior miners, because they are, usually, this the gain, they start moving in the last, but their movement is quite, fast and powerful, I would say. So let's move to the second one, equity metal. Yeah, equity metal is also, it looks like traders favorite, because it has a lot of huge swings in prices. Okay, you can see in the chart here. So it looks like it's it's lots of being people are trading this one a lot, but for some reason it's just staying, even though the silver price has been just reaping new all-time highs. This equity metal, even since October 6th, it made its last high was 28 cents, and it is still didn't show this it didn't. I would expect, let's say, the way silver moved and the way other mining companies move, it should have like doubled. It should have at least reached $40 cents price, but it is still being held tightly for some reason. So maybe something is going on. So let's see. What the news is there. We don't see any new news. Their last news was about their shallow. The news of drilling result. Okay, about shallow extensions of number 3 vein to the northwest of historic working. So silver coin property BC. That was the last news on September 23rd. But since then there has been no news. So maybe there is a pending news, or maybe I don't know. There's some reason that it is not. Not I don't know, but the way so I feel like it's being delayed for some reason, but it is going to go back up, okay, eventually. Because you see, for the last 5 years, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you see, even like 5 years ago, the price of equity metal was 33 cents, and then it went back to, in October 2022, that was the bottom of like gold, silver, and silver mining companies around this point, and it was like 90% down, and it recovered from that point, but it's still, it's like it hasn't gained as much as other companies. So but if you say the minimum gain, I would say from this current point, it is still, I believe that it still could be at least 50%, and the best, I don't know, 50 or maybe even 100% from current value of current point of current price of 19 or 20 cents. Okay. Next we go to decade resources. So this is like 5-year chart. You see, it was all the mining companies were trading so high in this range, okay, in this and during that time. And now we see that silver, even then that time, silver was like how much, what was the price of silver in 2020? It was not that high, okay. silver was 5-year chart. Okay, silver was actually this one. um, yeah, so this one 2020 2021, silver was 28. It's like silver has doubled from that. So if what does it tell? That these companies, because I think these companies should be even go much higher. If the silver has doubled and it was like this price, it should be that, like, there is a potential to reach even those highs that were made in 2021. But I think for some reason investors are maybe scared of mining companies, of investing in mining companies, because of these losses they have seen. So that's the thing. But for see the I would say smart investors, they would take this as an opportunity. If they have money, they would invest at these lowest prices, where, because at this, when you buy at the bottom, there is much less chance to lose. Okay, so, and more risk is low at these bottom prices. Okay, so, and then yeah, so that's a, like, best, I would say, place to be. I'm not saying recommending any specific mining companies, but this silver mining sector is still, especially junior silver mining companies, have very high potential to be maybe 5x, 10x from their current prices. Okay, so about Decade Resources, just recent latest update. What happened? They released their drill results yesterday. October 14th, and drill results were quite promising. And after that, what happened? That this stock went up from in the same day, it went up by from 44.5 cent, it went up to 6 cent. And this is what happens when it's like, what happened is that people who have bought at lowest prices, they sold. People maybe who bought at these prices, like 2 cent or whatever in this, before that, a lot of selling pressure on this stock. And that's why it's from 6 cent is back to 4 cents range. But there's like weak hands who took profit. Okay, so still lots of results are pending. So what will happen? That is still, I would say, the buying opportunity at this 4 and 4.5 cents for much higher potential return. Okay, but these mining companies, all their their performance is highly tied to their drill results. So given that they have good drilling results, and silver is already double from is almost double from this within a year. So we can expect much higher returns in these junior silver mining companies. So okay, next just quickly go to Honey Badger Silver. Okay, Honey Badger Silver has been a great. I mean, this is the big picture. So if we just see like 2-year, or let's say 2-year chart or 1-year chart. Okay, so 2-year chart is a let's just see from this point of 8.5 cent, which was in May. In May 2025. So so it from 8.5, it was like it reached its recent high of 30 cent, which is a huge gain in near term gain, like in 5 months. Okay, and it has still it has gone through this correction, Honey Badger Silver. And now it looks like the way this candle looks like is just kind of reversal, or maybe it will stay there for a few more days, who knows. Okay, so but this one is quite good. Okay, I have published this latest news on October yesterday. Okay, Honey Badger Silver and Monetary Metals form a strategic partnership to generate silver yield. Okay, So that's a like it looks like a positive news. And yeah, before that on October 8 they had done some they closed their private placement, and then they have this make this partnership. um, okay, yeah, so which is good. Then we go to Bay Horse Silver. Okay, so Bay Horse Silver, actually the latest news, it mobilized its what say mobilized for IP geophysical surveys for the Pegasus Porphyry copper silver prospect at the Bay Horse Silver mine, and the prices were of Bay Horse Silver were like staying like this in am I seeing weekly chart? Okay, I need to go back to daily one. Okay, so the daily here. So this yeah, it was like being held in this region, in this range 4.5 and 5 cent. And yeah, it was like, yeah, it was just it's hard to be patient when the stock is staying in the tight bound range. But then with what happened in lately started forming this started building this momentum towards higher prices. And now it's today it reached as high as 8.5 cent, which was the high of December 2024. So it hit this high, and it is still in not still yeah, like quite strong, looks still yeah, quite strong. So what we can expect here, I mean, is it going to bounce back or it go much higher? I feel like it will go even higher from this price. Okay, yeah, maybe 10 cents first, and then once it sustains that 10 cents, then it could go through some consolidation and then go back up higher. But yeah, it's just my guess. Okay, next we see Rio Silver. Rio Silver has been also very strong since its March 2025 low. We can see point it was like 5 cent, and then it's made its latest newest high, 52-week high of 28 cents today. Nothing, like no significant news. Yeah, just they did this private placement. They raised funding in September. Okay, so but what I know about this one is like the shares are insiders hold big amount, like a lot of shares, a significant portion of the company. So and the trading volume is quite low. So it's not like as you can see here, this stock doesn't have very high trading volume. So yeah, so it's like a buy and hold kind of share company. Okay, but anyway, yes, the prices are like it has increased from this 5 cents range to 28. Okay, and then we have Klondike Silver. Yeah, Klondike Silver looks like quite flat since the beginning of this year. Okay, it's like just has been trading in this range from 4 cents to 1.5 cents. It has been doing this. Okay, and but once it's break this resistance, is going to test, is going to be like this, yeah. This in 2021 bull run, it reached is 33 5.5 cents. And I think, I don't know, this I as far as I remember, this stock was being, like a lot of people were was like quite I think some big influencers were like promoting or something. I don't know, was that the reason that it spiked in 2021, or it was some news? We have to dig it down further. This news there, what is that? They just filed their financial statements. Klondike Silver announces that it has audited financial statements and MD&A for the fiscal year ended May 31, 2025. Will be filed after this date of September 28, 2005. These releases are relates to a pre-existing cash shortage, which prevented the auditor from commencing the necessary work in a timelier manner for the completion of the audit by September 28th. So the company is expecting the audit to be completed and filed by no later than November 28, 2025. Okay, so that's the thing. In order to address ongoing working capital shortfall, the company also wishes to announce an extension to the private placement announced on July 8. Okay, and then they intend to issue up to 30 million units for the gross proceeds of 1.5 million at a price of 5 cents per unit. Okay, so they are going to raise money. They need money to continue their projects, and that's what I think. Maybe that's the reason it's not going up. But anyway, because they will eventually raise this money, 1.5. It is not as weak as it used to be, like earlier in the year. So if you see from this beginning of the year, so it was 1 cent, and now it's in the 3 cent range. So it's like 200% gain. So once, I think maybe this month or so, because now silver is, so if once it's like the things settle, it is going to go above this resistance of 4 cent. And see, they are trying to getting the private placement. So maybe that's the reason, because until the private placement is settled, it will stay in this range, and then it will shoot up. Okay, so generally I would say it has also a potential to for a huge return, and it's like I would say accumulation is going on this thing. As you can see here, this is 7.5 million traded. Volume was 7.15 million, and then here it was like 8 million. It's a huge trading volume lately, so people are accumulating it. This reflects once it's just the lid is taken off from the prices, it's just going to go up. Okay, so that was the story of Klondike Silver. And then we have Silver Express Resources. Okay, that's also recently made reached like 30 cents from this 0.05, but it didn't stay in the 0.05 half cent range for as you can see from the volume was very low. So but lately it has picked up, and you see here volume is such a huge volume, and then with huge volume there was a huge price movement in the share movement in the share price. So like 15.6 million, and then see not yesterday on which day was that? September 8. That was I'm seeing the weekly chart, so it was on weekly basis it's made this much, but it's a lot. The volume has increased, trading volume has increased, which indicates that this one is also going to be going to rise. These all the news here. Okay. Next we see Silver Storm Mining. Yeah, Silver Storm is a really good company. Okay, so this one was 0.7 cents and was 4x. It made like 29 cents, so like 4 times its bottom price, and is currently is just trying to hit this. See, this previous the 29 cent level that it made in September. Yeah, so from there, when it made it, it was like in consolidation mode for this time, and you see chart from there now, it's like it's like strong, the momentum is upward. Okay, and the news, October 10, they also had this, what was that? They sealed $7 million of take financing with Samsung CNT for restart of La Perilla complex. So that was the news. They closed this financing. Okay, so it's clear to ready to just move up. Okay. Now we have Brixton Metals. Yeah, Brixton was like 4.5 cents, and then it went to high to like 13.5 cents in June, and recently it's like that it is trying to is just coming out of this negative momentum. Okay, okay, and then today it made it just spiked to 10 cents. Oh really? Yeah, it just spiked to 10 cents actually. That was quite significant. And why it happened? They had this drill result announcement today. Okay, so they drilled 22.15 meter of 4.44 gram per ton gold, including 1.5 meter of 57.2 gram per ton gold at the Trapper gold target. So that was the news. Okay, it looks quite good because 4.4 gram per ton gold is quite significant. Okay, and then this width of 22 meter is quite wide, and the highest was 57. Okay, so that's why this one. And so Brixton is actually basically is a company that has both gold and silver. Okay, so so this news was about gold discovery, and that's why we saw this spike here on the news. So means that the news is positive news has started coming out after silver has moved higher. So what does it mean? That they will release more news like this, and then they continue their work on their project, and the price is eventually going to go much higher during this phase of silver bull rally. So that's the second last one, and this is the last one from my the stocks list that I've been talking about. Okay, so this is last one is GR Silver Mining. Okay, GR Silver was 9.5 cents, and then it went to as high as 39 cent. Or you can see here, didn't like go like straight up. So in the beginning from until from this is the 1 year chart. Okay, you see trading volume was like low, but now in the recent days, since like August, the volume has picked up. Okay, and then it's like you see daily trading volume is just quite much higher than old previously previous trading volume daily. Okay, so from it went through consolidation, and then was in the second leg. Okay, so that was the first leg up with corrections. Then this was there was like second first phase of like big correction from that point, and then is the second third second leg up, and now after correction, so it's going to be another at least from there. Okay. Yeah, how high will it go? We need to do I'm not diving deep into this all these technical analysis things, but just based on what we say, it's like at least more than 100% from this point as far as I can see, because if you see the bottom of this was 14 point yeah, so maybe 100% gain from this value, who knows. Even if we see from this 28.5 cent to 39, that's maybe more than 30% gain from this point. But yeah, so you can expect higher gains based on these technical patterns. This is all about the existing ones. Okay, so I think I should stop here, and maybe next in the next video I will just talk about other companies that I wanted to discuss, but yeah, it has become quite long, so I'll stop here. Okay, thank you for watching this video. And I'm seeing lately there's the number of people subscribing to my videos are have increased a lot. So yeah, it means that I am definitely providing value. So yeah, like, share and subscribe to my channel, and share with your fellow investors, and thanks for watching.